Navigating the topic of narcissism can feel like waters. Many of you have asked, how can we let others know if someone in our group or family is a narcissist? Or how can I let them, even more so, how can I let the court know that my ex-partner is a narcissist? Well, this is difficult, great difficulty. Such behaviour is complex, but it's a question worth exploring. I'm curious about your experiences, whether you've been succeeding in facing challenges in revealing someone's narcissistic nature. Please share your insights and any strategies that have worked for you in the comments below. Before diving in, I appreciate your support, so please like and subscribe for more content. Now, let's tackle this question. You really make others understand that someone in their midst is a narcissist? Or can you make the court that your ex-partner is a narcissist? This answer isn't a simple yes or no. Welcome to today's discussion on uncovering narcissistic behaviour within your circle and in family court. Whilst it's challenging, it's not impossible. Narcissists often charm them, leading to denial or minimization of their actions. Rather than confronting directly, allow their behaviour to emerge over time while you disengage with their nonsense. In the workplace, meticulous documentation of incidents is crucial. In personal relationships, calmly why the relationship isn't healthy and consider stepping away. Prioritize self-preservation over convincing others. In family court, presenting evidence of their behaviour is key. Use documented instances like emails or text messages to highlight their manipulations. On the impact on the family, especially on the children's well-being. Professionals such as therapists can offer valuable testimony and perspective, but let's not forget, convince the CAFCASS officer first of all that what you're saying is actually right, and you have got no medical experience. So trying to call this out early is not going to do you any favors. You have to literally give the power over to the other party. Again, please share your experiences with trying to come out with letting the courts know that you're dealing with a covert narcissist in family court. Let me know how you've got on with that in the comments. Now, let's get back into this. The most gut-wrenching of aspects of dealing with a narcissist, especially in the sugar of family court, you'd think that exposing your ex as a narcissistic nightmare, would be a slam dunk, easy as anything, right? No, if only it were that simple, folks. If only it was that simple. Imagine for a moment if everyone could assist facade, you'd feel less like you were living in a twilight zone. If even one other person got it, feel a bit like more sane, right? And if most people could see the truth, well, you'd probably dust yourself off and find the strength and be able to get this mess with your head held high. But here's the kicker. That rarely happens. In fact, trying to unmask your ex-assist in family court is more likely to blow up in your face than win you any sympathy points. You might as well on your back that says, "I'm the problem." Picture this. You walk into the court armed with a laundry list of narcissistic behaviours. You're thinking, finally, justice is going to be served. But instead of nodding and understanding, the judge looks at you like you've grown a second head. Your ex's lawyer is practically salivating at the chance to paint you as the unstable. And before you know it, you're being accused of parental alienation or being labelled as the bitter ex who can't move on. The resistance you'll face isn't just strong. It's like trying to swim upstream in a tsunami. People who haven't lived with a narcissist often can't fathom the depth of manipulation and abuse that you've endured. They see your ex's charm, public persona, and think, how bad could they really have been? And look, let's not forget about these fine monkeys, the enablers, the family members who've been drinking with the narcissist's Kool-Aid for years. They'll rush to your ex's defense faster than you can say. You'll hear gems like, "But they're such a devoted parent," or "You're just trying to turn the kids against them." The hard truth is this. In family court, calling out narcissism often backfires. spectacularly backfires. The system isn't set up to understand the nuances of narcissistic abuse. Instead of exposing your ex, you might as well hand yourself in and put yourself in the jacket, the white jacket now. Because it's going to be looking like you're the one who's unstable. And you're the one who's obsessed with labeling and blaming. So what's the alternative? It's about playing the long game. Playing the long game is the hard game, but that's the road we walk. Document everything. Focus on specific behaviours, not just labels. Build a case based on facts, not diagnosis. And most importantly, work on being the stable, rational parent that can't help but respect. Remember, the people who truly get it are the people who are already in on your corner. Even if they don't use N narcissist for now, they're the ones offering support, validating your experiences, and helping you stay strong through this nightmare. In the end, exposing a narcissist in family court isn't about slapping a label on them. It's about protecting yourself and your kids, maintaining your sanity, and coming out the other side with your integrity intact. It's a tough, tough road. But you've got this, and you need to remember, you're not alone now. Deal with this, yeah? Think about this. When your partner is the narcissist, this is where things get truly twisted. Picture, you're married to someone. Everyone else thinks there's a god to humanity. Friends and family consistently tell you what a catch you've landed and how lucky you are. But behind closed doors, you're living in an emotional war zone. Being trapped in a twisted play where you're the only one without a script. You watch your partner deliver Oscar-worthy performance and work events and social outings. Everyone's convinced that he's a dream or she's a perfect spouse. You feel sick inside because you know the truth. You've already faced their wrath before the event, and another storm brewing for when you get home. Their facade is like a Fort Knox. Exposing the reality of yours is impossible. Like trying to nail jelly to a wall. When you speak up, you're met with dismissive comments. Can't be that bad. He's such a nice guy. Or, oh, what are you complaining about? I wish my wife was like her. It's gut-wrenching. And it's improper because your cries for help fall on deaf ears. And here's the kicker. If you have a nice lifestyle, a fancy house, a shiny car, it can make things worse. People see wealth and think, oh, they must have a good provider. As if money excuses emotional newsflash, a fat bank account doesn't give someone the free pass to torment you psychologically. If you gather the courage to call out your partner publicly, prepare yourself. Unless you're a smoking gun, like a video, or expect disbelief and invalidation. People rush to minimize your experience, questioning or even vilifying you. Why? Maintaining their own status quo is easier than acknowledging your pain. Most don't understand narcissistic relations. They're stuck in the fairy tale notion that everyone can change. If it's love, then love enough, everyone can do it. You can work through anything. Newsflash again. You can't change a narcissist, no matter how hard you try. And couples therapy? It can be a nightmare if the therapist doesn't understand narcissism. Let's be honest, I went to six week sessions of marriage care before I even got married. A well-meaning professional for the narcissist's charm, leaving you even more isolated. So there you are, stuck in between a rock and a hard place. And the world sees Prince Charles and Cinderella, while you're living with the wicked witch or the big bad wolf. It can drive you to question your own sanity. But remember, experience is real. Your pain is valid. And just because others can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Exposing a narcissistic behaved partner isn't about convincing the world, recognizing the truth for yourself and finding the strength to do what's best for you, even if it means walking away from someone everyone else thinks is perfect. Remember, you're not crazy, you're not overreacting, and you're certainly not alone in this fight. When it comes to family court, calling out a narcissist, like I say, can be a double-edged sword. Whilst shedding light on their behaviour is crucial, that is crucial. It often unleashes a torrent of manipulations as they play the victim and charm those in power. Courage and solid evidence to counter their tactics. But doing so can be a critical step towards reclaiming your life and ensuring a healthier future for yourself. Over the years, I've worked hard with dozens of clients, who have shared experiences with couples therapists who have completely fell short from the narcissist's charm. They totally fallen for it. They got the confidence. These therapists often fail to recognize or call out the toxic patterns, leaving their clients stuck in these marriages for years, even decades. If you try and point out the narcissist's behaviour in any therapy session, chances are you'd hear, "You're just labelling your partner," or "You shouldn't be diagnosing them." Many people hear this doubt, they start doubting themselves, thinking, "Oh, maybe I've overstepped the line here or something. Maybe it was me, then maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe it is me," which can turn into a nightmare. When in the workplace, most HR departments tend to avoid the toxic topic of narcissism. They focus on events from a risk management perspective, aiming to protect the organization. Their solutions are often superficial, like suggesting training to address the narcissist's behavior, or while narcissists can make the workplace miserable, they are often high performers. Didn't think of that, did you? While their grandiosity and arrogance can translate into effective sales or tactics for achieving great results, or be pushing their teams to their limits and playing on the edge on underhanded games to climb the corporate ladder, stabbing everyone in the back along the way. This might seem like the workplace might see their performances and dismiss concerns about their behaviour. That's many times. Narcissistic abuse involves patterns like invalidation, gaslighting, and manipulation, which are hard to document, so easily detected during job interviews. And hiring a narcissist can have a long-lasting impacts. This all points to the documentation. If you want to address a narcissist in the workplace, provide meticulous records of their behaviour, emails, text messages, voicemails, any observed incidents along the way. Never meet them alone at all, ever. Instead, maintain detailed diary of what has happened when you have crossed paths with them. However, understand that even with evidence, about 50% of the time, the company might still protect the narcissist, leaving you to consider legalization yourself to safeguard your own sanity. Publicly, we see many prominent narcissists, whether in politics, corporations, or media, with wealth of influence that often lead people to enable rather than acknowledge their harmful patterns. These individuals maintain their status because many are unwilling or unable to see through their facade. Let me share an interesting point. This involves everyday people. I recently read a news story about a remarkably entitled woman who was abusive towards a man, even threatening him. The article detailed numerous instances of her aggressive and difficult behaviour towards others. Intrigued, I went into the comments and found a surprising amount of support for her. Despite clear evidence of her behaviour, commenters were defending her, suggesting she needed compassion because of her past. She might have a past, and that might have influenced her actions at the moment, or that the consequences she faced were too harsh. And it struck me how often people enable such behaviour. It is why confronting this publicly is ineffective. Many will dismiss criticism, maintaining the narrative that we don't have the full story. This leads to the important question: how do you communicate to others that such a person is harmful? How do you say it to people in court? You don't call them out directly. Instead, you let their actions demonstrate the nature. By gradually disengaging and keeping your distance, the narcissist will likely move on to a new target. Often, one of their enablers will fall victim. When this new target experiences similar abuse, you can offer support and subtly hide, planting the seed of doubt without openly labelling the narcissist. Unfortunately, this realisation can take years, but documentation setting is crucial to support that. With close friends, calmly stating that the relationship isn't beneficial for you and choosing to step away can be a more than direct confrontation. That met with resistance, ultimately not good. From personal experience with Abuse often becomes a decisive lesson for others. Many people wish for justice, frustrated that narcissist's actions go unnoticed. The number of clients I've got right now, they want justice and they want closure, but they can't get that. Remember, life doesn't guarantee justice. Accepting this can ease in these relationships. It's not your responsibility to protect everyone, especially other adults. These often enablers themselves aren't open to persuasion. They won't change their mind. Therefore, self-preservation is key. While stories of change and redemption are heartwarming, they are rare concerning personality. You can't change someone's core nature, and this is especially true in the workplace, where belief persists that anyone can be trained out of their habits. Reflect on your own experiences when trying to expose a narcissist in your life. How did that unfold for you? Did it work for you? Because I can pretty much tell you now that trying to do all of that has that negative experience in the public eye for the reasons that I video, and for exactly the same reasons, you will have exactly the same results with the professionals when you're trying to highlight narcissistic behaviour in family. You have to let them dig their own hole and bury themselves. You can only do that by certain behaviours and actions, but not engaging with their game, because it's all just a game to them. And you are like a harp, and they're playing you. Take a step back, give them a new version of yourself. That is the way forward.